views and opinions of this show do not reflect the views and opinions of Wiki Curiosity Media or its affiliates. Wiki Curiosity Media, changing the world you listen to. Good evening. Welcome to the very first show of 2023. We are only
halfway through
into 2023, and we are restarting behind the screen. I'm your host, Dan. This is Zach.
Glad to be back.
And Miss Angel.
Okay.
And as you can tell, I'm stumbling through this because I have not practiced, but that's okay.
He's stumbling through this because we actually already started the show once before, and then the dog created havoc and destroyed things, and then we had to start over.
Yeah. And as always, Miss Angel is glowing on the screen.
Awesome.
But that's okay. All right. So we've got a interesting show for you tonight. But first, what?
I'm just waiting on you. I literally just
Okay,
waiting on you.
you're just like, because you're backing up, you're like, hello.
Just listening.
All right. So, PSA for everybody out there. When you are doing your own oil change,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
and you've got your oil drain pan,
Right?
Don't let him get anything.
make sure that
I'm going to guess real quick.
uh,
That the capacity is more in the pan than it is.
no.
It's
It
pretty
was empty. It was empty.
It's pretty big.
Yeah, and it's a 16 quart capacity.
I thought you were going to say it was only like 5 and the car had 12.
No.
So just bucked it up.
No. The oil drain pan
Right.
was empty,
Okay.
and she only has 6 quarts in her car,
Right.
and somebody's making a lot of noise. That's okay. That's off camera. It's all right. But make sure that the plug for the top of the drain pan is completely and totally out and away from the drain pan, and is not plugging up the holes where the oil is supposed to go into.
Yeah, do you know what 6 quarts of oil in my driveway looks like? Because I do.
You can see the stain right on the driveway.
But I'm concerned on why you didn't move it out and let it drain rather than sitting it down. And
So I put the
it's like
drain
you went
pan-
backwards.
I put the drain pan under the car.
Right.
Took out the drain plug.
You just take it out and you don't even set it down. You set it on top of the.
No. I'm not talking about the car drain plug. I'm talking about the drain plug for the oil pan
Oh, you got the fancy one.
that has the
Yeah,
twist
the
top
air.
on top. Yeah.
You got to pull the air valve.
No, it has an air valve, but it also
That
has
way,
a screw
yeah,
top.
Yeah.
Make sure that is out so the oil can drain
Jesus
actually
Christ.
into the pan and not overflow and go all over the driveway.
It was a hot fucking mess is what it was.
Yeah. 50 pounds of cat litter later,
Yeah.
and it was finally cleaned up. So,
I did have to go and buy the 50 pounds of cat litter.
yeah, this is true. And then I had to sprinkle it on, sweep it up, power wash it.
Yeah, you could have just used brake clean, right?
I don't have enough brake clean.
Just saying brake clean and a push brake.
Oh, well,
The more you know.
right. So and now everybody knows that you can use brake clean to dispose of oil.
And other
No.
critters.
And contractor bags, no matter how strong they may say they are, will not hold 50 pounds of.
Those are cheap contractor bags. Doesn't even count.
They're lawn bags. They're not even contractor bags.
They're not
lawn
contractor bags.
So somebody's making a lot of noise off camera.
You should have done that thing.
Anyway, so Anything interesting happened in the past 4.5 months?
I mean, yeah, you dumped oil all over my driveway.
I did.
Too much. That percent per show.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yep.
New jobs. all
New
the way
jobs,
around.
yes.
Yes.
New jobs
Yeah,
all the way around. We
absolutely.
finally,
I mean, not all the way around. I don't have a job.
you don't.
I'm just a mom.
You don't.
Super awesome.
Some would say it's a job in itself.
It is a job in itself. Trust me. They put me through it.
But I finally got out of retail, and I now have a job that I have my own office. I have my own desk. I get to wear nice clothes.
Yeah.
You know.
I just got a little warehouse job, man.
Hey, you know what? It's better than the job that we had.
I don't have to talk to nobody.
I have to talk to people, but people listen to me.
Yeah.
You know. And if I don't want to talk to people, I sit in my office and close my door.
Yep.
And people leave me alone.
This is true. This is true.
So it's nice. I get to wear like polo shirts and nice pants, nice shoes. I get to, comb my hair.
I get to wear whatever the fuck I want.
But
I am coaching this year, though.
you are. You're coaching middle school
Howell Youth Varsity Team.
Howell Youth varsity cheerleaders.
Yep.
So
That'll be interesting and super fun.
Go team.
woo. And as you can see, we have a new studio layout. We are no longer in our old studio because it was way too crammed.
It burned to the ground, sadly.
Please
got-
don't say
look,
that because
look.
that room is always where some shit happens and somebody smells something burning. That room cannot burn to the ground. It cannot.
It might not have burned to the ground, but I will say over the past couple nights, it has been muy caliente in there. I'm just, yeah. All right.
That's right. It won't be tonight.
That's okay.
Welcome to the doghouse.
That's okay. Friction sucks. Anyway, all right. On the movies, which is what this show is really all about. Zach and I went and saw Evil Dead Rise
Hell yeah.
the
I
other
did.
day at the theater.
Say no?
I did not.
Oh, I thought you said
Yeah, I
I'm
think
not.
there have literally been like 4 movie theater movies that have been seen, 3 or 4 that I have not seen any of yet. The Evil Dead, Dungeons and Dragons,
Man, I still want to
Super
watch
Mario
that.
Brothers.
I have not seen that.
They have.
Okay.
So
I
yeah,
still want to watch Dungeons and Dragons.
we too.
I don't have nobody to watch it with me. Someone left me.
I took the DM. I was playing favor for the DM.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
But
I didn't even go see it. He only took him.
Yeah, that's bullshit. What the fuck?
Anyway, Evil Dead Rise. So it is the second part to the
2013 remake.
2013 remake. I will say though that the 2013 remake was phenomenal.
Oh yeah.
And then this one, which was, I wouldn't say it was a continuation of that story.
I
It
just say
was-
it's more of a variation.
It was a story within the universe.
Yeah.
So, because it wasn't like, we found this book and then we go back, we find this book, or I had any of the new. It didn't have any connection to the original other than the book.
Other than the opening scene.
Other than, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's really good.
It's a solid movie.
Good.
It's a solid movie.
So, yeah.
Lot of blood and gore.
Yeah.
Makes
Pretty
sense.
used, but
Yeah. A lot of blood and gore, which is absolutely fantastic. I love
I
it.
just want one horror movie to have an end scene like we saw playing Slayer, Raining Blood.
I can see that. We need to
Right?
make our own horror movie.
There's a dude who's going around on TikTok right now watching horror movies that's got super, bloody, gory, and at the end scene he's playing heavy metal, and he goes right along with it.
I love it.
That's awesome.
I love it. Alright, so to kick off our first show of 2023, I posed a list, 2 lists actually, to my co-hosts. So one was Batman actors, and the other was Batman movies, and to rank them in order from best to worst. However, as we read ours, we're going to go from worst to best. We're going to go from bottom to top. Yeah. All right. So
now we can see the difference between two generations.
Yeah. And
old, solidly older.
And between movie lover and Batman movie lover and DC fan, and
absolutely not a DC fan.
Yeah.
Not a DC fan.
Yeah. So
I like Batman. I'm not a DC fan though.
And we get to discuss these two and debate.
Animated Batman slaps all. It's all I'm saying.
Oh, Batman the animated series?
Yeah.
Oh, it trumps everything.
Yeah.
In both style.
That's because DC only does animated well.
They're doing better. They're doing better. Anyway, it's in case you wonder, we've got our studio mascot with us.
It's a little baby.
So
it's a little baby.
He is a little baby. All right, who wants to go first? We're gonna do Batman. Do you want to do Batman movies or Batman actors first?
He's like, can I see?
I need to bring up my list here.
Hi, baby.
Let's do actors since it's first on the list anyway.
Okay. Who wants to go first?
That's fucking cute.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to say their
Nose goes.
Okay. All right.
Hi, baby.
Hold on, I gotta make sure. There we go. All right, let me bring up my list real quick. All right, so at the very bottom, and I'm sure that we can all agree on this. For me, my very bottom was Val Kilmer.
100% agree with you.
Oh, we already know.
Yeah.
The least favorite Batman of all time was Val Kilmer.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm not saying that Val Kilmer is a bad actor. May he rest in peace.
I'm gonna say that it really depended on the role because most of his roles I really just didn't like. I think Val Kilmer is an amazing person. Was an amazing person, rest his soul. But and I really liked him in like Top Gun and stuff. But
yeah.
He was the worst Batman ever.
Plot twist, ain't seen his movie.
It's not. Yeah. It's not worth it. All right. So the next one up for me was George Clooney.
Okay.
And I only put him there because the other ones on the list were better. I'm not saying so. George Clooney as Batman was good as Batman. The movie in and of itself was bad. It was bad. All the money went to Arnold for that movie. I'm sorry.
Which was the dumbest role ever. Also,
it was a bad role for Arnold. It really was. It was not really a good role for him.
It wasn't a good role for anybody. Nobody should have played that person.
What's that?
The Vampire Clooney.
You put Clooney as well?
No.
Oh.
Dustin Don.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, George Clooney's a great actor.
He
wasn't. That wasn't what I put though.
What did you put?
I did put Adam West. I know he's the OG, but he's campy, and I'm not a huge Batman fan, so. Yeah.
You put Adam West at the bottom of the list?
I did.
No, second.
Yeah,
Val
he did not go.
He's still at the bottom of the list, though. I mean, Val Kilmer is inarguably the worst Batman, and again, it's not anything on.
Oh, I'm not gonna listen. You don't need to justify the answer. He was the worst Batman ever. Period.
Yeah.
End of story.
But you put Adam West.
Sure did.
I only watched the TV show at my Paul's house with Adam West. Never seen the movie, but he was in the TV show.
Yeah. That hurt my soul. That really hurt my soul.
I really don't know what to tell you.
What did you put as your second from the bottom? As number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Clooney?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. My next one is going to cause some controversy, especially in this circle.
Probably. Don't do
My
it.
next one.
Don't fucking do it.
I'm going to say it.
Really?
Christian Bale.
Fuck off. Every bit of it.
No.
I'm gonna let me tell you why.
No.
Let me tell you why.
There's no justification.
There is you have to let me justify.
I actually do want to hear your justification.
Go ahead. Go.
Okay. So number one, the others were above him, in my opinion.
Really?
But hold on. The reason is, and this is why some of these are down at the bottom of the list, is because when Christian Bale's Batman came out, when Christopher Columbus did the Batman movies, the director,
What was his name?
was it Christopher Columbus?
Is that
No,
his
it's
name?
not
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Nolan.
Christopher Columbus.
Christopher Columbus is actually a director.
I didn't want to say anything.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Christopher Nolan.
was like-
You're right. You're right.
Hey, I know my Batman movies. Christian Bale Bat's top tier.
Okay, but okay, so when Christopher Nolan redid the Batman trilogy, and this is the biggest problem.
I just picture Batman sitting on the seas now.
In 1492, Batman sailed the ocean blue. All right. So this is the biggest problem that I have with current Batman movies, except for one. Who is Batman? Batman. He's the Dark Knight, right?
Yeah.
What is his other nickname?
Vengeance.
No. He's the greatest detective, right?
Yeah.
Batman is the greatest detective. You tell me, in what of the trilogy was he actually seen being a detective?
And what? Okay, when?
Batman Begins.
Not really.
Yeah.
He knew. His detective skills were not there in any of the trilogy. Number one.
Yeah, whenever he was going up his scarecrow to figure out who he was, Ichabod Crane. He found that out.
Did you say Ichabod Crane?
Ichabod. That's his name, mate.
No.
Ichabod Crane.
No, Ichabod Crane's from
He said
Sleepy
Ichabod.
Hollow. Either one, it's not.
Oh,
Same dude.
I don't know who the fuck it is.
Anyway,
Same weird motherfucker.
Yeah. Ichabod Crane is from. But, like, there really wasn't a whole lot of detective skills there. And Christian Bale is a decent actor. I love him in American Psycho. But when it comes to being this really scary kind of, like,
I'm Batman. No, he doesn't. He's fine.
right, he doesn't do that.
Yes, he does.
Doesn't. Not well. Look, we can all agree. In The Dark Knight, Heath Ledger made that whole movie.
No,
Yes.
In The Dark Knight, they both made that whole movie.
No.
Yes.
No, Christian Bale was worse in The Dark Knight than he was in Batman Begins. And The Dark Knight Rises was just a total trash movie.
I don't agree with you. At all.
Okay. Who?
I got a question. This is a side question. You
Okay.
didn't specify this. We're talking about Batman actors, right?
Yeah.
Does that also include the Batmobile?
No.
Because the Tumbler was fucking insane.
Yeah, it was. But no, it doesn't count. I don't think the
No, we're not
Batmobiles
counting
count.
Batmobiles. But the Tumbler was impractical
It was
as
fucking awesome.
the Batmobile. Completely
I don't even care if it was
impractical.
impractical. It was awesome.
Look at the Arkham games. They're all based around the Tumbler.
Right, because they're based around the Tumbler.
Yeah.
But as a Batmobile, as a sleek, like, efficient machine, it doesn't work. It really doesn't.
We'll agree to disagree.
Okay, who's next on your list? Above, like, number 3 from the bottom.
That would be old Keaton. Michael Keaton.
What?
Yeah.
Justify.
I can't.
Have you seen his movies?
No.
Okay, then.
How do you make lists, sir? You can't make a list off people you've never seen.
So I'm making the list on the people I haven't seen at the bottom.
Oh, Jesus
and the
God.
people I have at the top. That way, whenever I watch the movie, my list may update.
I had George Clooney.
So you had George Clooney above Adam West?
I did. Because
That's sacrilegious.
I don't tell you, I still enjoy George Clooney.
Let me pause, hold the buckle here. How do you?
45.
You legit have 20 more years on me.
Right.
Of movie knowledge. There's like 5 movies here I've not seen. So.
I can give you that. I can give you that. But you need to watch Michael Keaton's. You have HBO, right?
Yeah.
You need to watch Michael Keaton as Batman. Michael Keaton is.
He said you need to watch your mouth.
I just
I
got
will
bitch
go
slapped by
home.
my dog. Stop it. Stop it.
I will go home and try to watch some of these movies,
Yes.
and then I
At least Okay, you need to at
Update
least
my
watch Batman and Batman Returns.
Yeah.
I mean, Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman.
Actually, I really hated that movie, but
Danny DeVito as
the
the
Penguin, it was
Penguin?
disgusting.
It
Actually,
was awesome.
it wasn't awesome.
Not to mention they're Tim Burton movies.
No,
Like,
because he was greasy and gross. It was no. I
That
didn't
was
like
the
it.
whole
I know, but
point.
I didn't like any of those characters. I thought they were all shit.
okay. Anyway, next on the list, fourth from the bottom. Who did you have?
Ben Affleck.
I
I felt like he was kind of thrown. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's kind of right there in the middle for me.
Right.
Because I was not looking forward to seeing him as Batman to begin with,
Right.
and then when I did see him, I didn't hate it. Excuse me, sorry. I didn't hate it. God. But I didn't love it. Like, he was just kind of like there. He was not exciting. It wasn't like, oh damn, he's a really good Batman.
Okay. I can see that. Who was yours?
I'm also going to say Ben Affleck, and I have watched his movies.
Yeah, I mean, he just was okay.
Okay. Mine was Adam West. Adam West, for me, because I grew up on Adam West.
Yeah, I did
grew
not.
up on the 60s Batman.
Right.
And that's what, got my love for Batman. But he was still kind of that
He's super campy.
It is, and
Yeah.
I get it. It's the 60s, it's the time
Yeah.
period. But,
But it wasn't for us. Even when you were watching it, that was still like 20 years later.
right.
So it was still campy.
Yeah. But he was still good as the character Batman within the universe that he was in.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm looking at. He was really good as the character Batman in the universe that he was given. So, all right, what's your next one?
This will be what, fifth, fourth, fifth? I don't know how many.
Third from. Damn it! Sorry, third from the top.
Yeah. Adam West.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Okay. I like your answer. Good answer. We're gonna go with that. Yours.
I had Christian Bale. Because he is one of my favorites. I loved his movies, but I also feel like as we have moved forward with Batman, there's just different things to look at. So
Okay. Mine was Ben Affleck. And the reason why I put Ben Affleck so high up is number one, like I was not ready for him to be Batman. Because I wasn't a huge Ben Affleck fan to begin with.
right,
Not that I don't like him as an
Listen,
actor, but he's not for
we're
me.
going from Geely to
right.
Batman. So
He's not a good main character in a lot of movies that he's in.
he's not. He's like things like
Like Good Will Hunting.
Good Will Hunting was amazing.
Yeah, he's a good support. He was a good supporting character.
Y'all need to watch Triple Frontier.
Damon.
That movie is good.
I haven't seen it.
Triple Frontier. He's
Um,
in there. That's a good movie. Also,
but-
The Accountant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
haven't seen that either.
What?
I haven't
Some
seen The
of-
Accountant. No.
Some of his best movies.
But no, I put Ben Affleck up at the top, closer to the top, because of how much he impressed me as Batman.
I liked him more of a Bruce Wayne than Batman.
Definitely, he was
good
a
at-
really good Bruce Wayne.
Okay, so he's the best Bruce Wayne on the list.
Yeah.
That's why he got. That's a lot of why he got his spot where he did for me, and he wasn't lower, is because he really was a good Bruce Wayne.
Right. In my opinion, on the entire list, he was the best Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Followed very closely by Adam West, in my opinion. But we're not doing.
Are you fucking kidding me right? There's things wrong with you right now.
No, I'm just saying he was a
Don't you
better-
dare say Christian Bale.
No,
Christian Bale sucked as Bruce
and
Wayne.
we're
he was
not gonna go
better-
there either.
He was better
That- no.
Bruce Wayne than he was Batman. I will give him that. I just didn't like the way he portrayed Batman.
For me, it was a different type of Batman. It was a Batman
It's a very
without.
quiet Batman.
Right, but when you look at like
Any of the animated movies,
Damon.
Batman's the GOAT. And then in the movies he played in, it was just like, huh? Like it had his cool little action fight scenes and stuff. But any other time he went up against against someone else, it was just like you lost.
Right, but if we look at Batman versus Superman, and we look at,
But we're getting into some movies here.
I know, but hold on, I'm still explaining Ben Affleck. When we look at Batman versus Superman, we look at how he's portrayed, how Batman is portrayed in that movie. He's a little older. He's a little more. What's the word I'm looking for?
Senile.
No, not senile. Just kind of.
That movie broke my heart. I don't want to talk about that movie.
Basically, kind of like giving up on a lot of his rules.
Yeah.
Little more cynical. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know.
He was a little more dicky.
Yeah. I mean, when he's actually like drawing blood and almost killing people.
Yeah, no, he was
Like,
he's a little more dicky.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I wanted to see from a Batman of that time period, and I think that Ben Affleck pulled it off really well.
Well,
in my opinion,
he can't pull that.
Yeah, and that's why for me,
Grab that ribbon, please.
Number 3. All right, number 2 on the list. Go for it.
Robert Pattinson.
Okay.
I will attest to that one. Great Batman.
I was beyond pleasantly surprised.
Okay.
I was looking less forward to seeing him play Batman than I was Ben Affleck. I didn't want to see the movie. I didn't want to watch it. I wouldn't have anything to do with it. And I was incredibly surprised by how good it turned out.
Okay. I can see that. I can see that placing on the list.
Yeah, that movie was more of a crime movie, crime investigation movie.
Well,
An
it
action movie.
showcased that side of him
Detective.
really well.
Yeah.
Right.
There's your detective.
Right.
Yeah.
Mine's Michael Keaton.
Dude, I'm so fucking disappointed in you right now.
What? Look, if you look at Michael Keaton as Batman, that's why they're bringing him back for the Flash. If you look at Michael Keaton as Batman, he was one of the greatest, especially for the time period. You know, I mean, he was really, really good as Batman. He was not really good as Bruce Wayne.
He was really good as Bruce Wayne.
He was decent as Bruce Wayne.
You really can't bring up the Flash movie in your defense there, buddy.
Because
That's why they brought him back.
You got a felon playing Flash.
I'm not even
Yeah,
talking
that was
about
right.
Flash. I'm talking about Batman. He's the GOAT. Michael Keaton is the GOAT.
Then why is he number 2?
Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question.
Okay, he's not the GOAT. He's the OG. How about that?
No, Adam West.
No, I agreed with
No.
the GOAT part.
Adam West is the OG.
Adam West is the OG.
He's still
Oh, but
he's second OG.
All right, I'll give you second OG.
All right. So now we go to
Number 1.
number 1. I'm gonna shock all of you with my number 1, but that's okay.
You're not, but
I mean,
go ahead.
process of elimination. We
Yeah.
already know who it is.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
I wonder.
All right. So my number 1 is Robert Pattinson.
Uh,
All right, well, we know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason is just like Ben Affleck, he really, really surprised me at how well he played Batman. He didn't really do a good job as Bruce Wayne, but in the movie,
Cranked out Bruce Wayne.
in the
Right.
movie, he very rarely played Bruce Wayne. Even when he took the costume off, when he went into the club,
Yeah.
he went in as Batman, disguised as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
And that's, to me, that's a hard thing to portray, is staying in character but trying to be another character.
right.
And for me, Robert Pattinson pulled it off. Not to mention, like, it goes back to the original essence of who Batman is. You know, we didn't get to see. We got to see a fallible Batman. You know, I mean, yeah, it's his. You know, it's like in his first couple years, he's just learning.
Yeah. It's the start of Batman.
It is, but that's what we needed in this generation, in this day and age. We're gonna have to take a break. We will be right back. All right, welcome back. I know it didn't seem like much of a break to you, but we had to take care of our mascot because he was being a little butt. I'm sure you could hear him whining. He's not whining right now. Okay. Anyway, so back to Robert Pattinson. For me, it was the Batman that we needed. It's the Batman that we've been waiting for. He's not perfect. He doesn't have all of his gadgets. He doesn't have all of his computers. He's not 100% set up. He's not this glorified, god of a human that everybody fears. And that's we have gotten so far away from what Batman is. We always start out at Batman when we're looking at like the animated shows and movies and stuff. We're always looking at Batman as this incredible, just
mastermind.
This incredible person who's got all of his gadgets and can solve anything and can do anything.
Take down the entire JSA by itself.
Yeah. In the Batman, we get Robert Pattinson that he falls off of a building and then crashes into a train and falls, and we see the humanness, the vulnerability, the fallibility of Batman as a character.
Right.
And that's why I put him up top, and that's why I put him as number one, because of how he portrayed that, and he did very well. In my opinion.
He was a great actor. Definitely a redeeming role for him.
I don't think that your justification pushes him past the GOAT, though.
That's why you don't go. That's all you fight in my head. Please, I will let
Michael
you,
Keaton.
I will let you two hash it out on y'all's, and then I'll kill both y'all with mine.
Listen, Michael Keaton will forever and always be Batman. He is the greatest. I don't even like watching DC movies, and I would still sit through his movies every time.
I can see your justification, but
He's the only reason people started liking to watch Batman movies. He is the generations of people that read comic books and watch the cartoons. Everybody loves Michael Keaton.
I like him in Spider-Man.
he was good in Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
There's no way, for me, there's no way that anybody else gets to go above him because he started them.
Technically, Adam West did.
No, he didn't. Boom Pow did not start anything. Okay, Michael Keaton started all of this.
Details.
I don't know. I have to put Robert Pattinson above Michael Keaton.
You're disgusting.
Simply because of the way that he portrayed the Batman in the movie. That's it.
Nope.
Let me guess. Christian Bale.
You already know.
Which is
sad.
fine. Like I don't hate that at all because I love Christian Bale's Batman.
Right.
I loved those movies. I absolutely sit through those movies every time they come on because I love them.
I got two justifications on this one.
Okay.
Technically three, and it's a great question for you.
Okay.
First one.
Okay.
Who's your number one again?
Robert Pattinson.
Alright. How many movies has he been in thus far?
Doesn't matter.
No,
One.
it does.
One.
It does. One.
Okay.
Christian Bale's had three.
Okay. Doesn't matter.
Alright. Justification number two. Batman Begins was OP.
Nope.
It's fucking amazing.
It was a good movie.
And he did wonderful in that
Yes,
one.
he did.
As a startup. Because you're talking about Robert Pattinson starting up as Batman.
Right.
You look at Christian Bale doing the same thing. Where it actually shows Morgan Freeman's character. I forgot who he plays.
Lucius Fox.
Lucius Fox. I think it's the only movie with him in it. Has he been in any other Batman movies?
Not any of the live action. You're
Right.
right. But
Number three.
okay.
Who do you think had a better I'm Bruce Wayne moment? Him or Ben Affleck?
Him.
You remember when he brought the models to, I guess, the hotel, 5-star hotel?
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, please, sir, you can't let your guest swim in the tub.
Yeah, and then he
He just turned around and bought it.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck. When he's like, how do you get the money? Or how do you get the house back from the bank?
Mhm.
He said, I bought the bank.
To me, that's better than what Christian Bale did.
I was just asking. That's a general question.
Yeah,
I
to
mean,
me-
it's like, that's a Bruce Wayne moment. Like, I'm that guy.
The thing is, the problem that I have is when you look at every portrayal of Bruce Wayne, whether it's an animated, live action comic book, the biggest portrayal of Bruce Wayne is him as a kind of reclusive bachelor.
Right. They don't go out much.
No, he doesn't. But and this totally goes against like what the list is. But Christian Bale's portrayal of Bruce Wayne was way off the cuff of any other portrayal that has ever been done. Bruce Wayne is not this stuck-up snob, oh, I can buy whatever I want type of guy. That's how Christian Bale played him, and that's not that and that also translate over to how he played him as Batman,
Right.
which is and you said that, oh yeah, he went to Lucius Fox and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's right. Lucius Fox is a crucial
Right.
character that a lot of
Lucius
Batman
Fox is a
movies are
crucial
like,
character later on. Later on. Batman started out as him doing his stuff. You know, we never got to see Christian Bale with the ski mask on.
No.
We never got to see him getting his ass kicked.
Yes.
Not in the way that, okay, we saw him get his ass kicked by Ra's al Ghul.
That's what I'm saying.
But Ra's al Ghul always kicks his ass, and I know I pronounced it wrong, or I pronounced it two different ways. It's both ways.
He was
But-
trained by the League of Assassins. That's what makes Batman Batman. That's what makes him the unstoppable force. Is because he was trained by the League of Assassins.
Okay.
And he never said that in any other movie
Really didn't.
except the movie he was in. It actually showed him training.
I will say that they stuck to the story better with Christian Bale. A lot of the details that we don't see in other movies.
Right, but they jumped a lot of details. They went from, oh, he's you know, in the League of Assassins to, oh, now he's this, you know, this greatest superhero of all time. Like, all of that in between was what makes Batman Batman. All of that, him learning from his mistakes, makes him who he is. Christian Bale never made any mistakes. And when you look at Batman Begins, he goes from being League of Assassins, he comes back, he gets his, you know, Bruce Wayne shit. Yeah. And then he goes down to Lucius Fox and he's like, well, I want all of this. I'm going to become this big bad superhero. He becomes this big bad superhero and learns absolutely nothing. He doesn't make any mistakes. You can't be perfect right off the bat. When you look at Robert Pattinson's Batman, and you look at him starting up, like, he gets the fuck beat out of him the entire movie.
Yeah.
We learned more from our failures than our successes.
I
And
agree.
that's what creates Batman. That's what makes Batman who he is. That's why he is the best superhero in the DC universe.
Yep.
Because of the mistakes that he has made when he was young.
He's still not better than Michael Keaton.
It's all a matter of his opinions. To me, Christian Bale.
I mean-
well, here's the other thing, other reason that I picked Christian Bale is because I think when Batman Begins come out, I think that was honestly the first Batman movie I saw.
And I can understand that.
So
I
it's
can,
like
I can
nostalgia.
understand why you would
Yeah.
put Christian Bale. But I'm telling you, Robert Pattinson is better than Christian Bale. And for me, when it comes to my first and second, like, it's just like a hair
Right.
between Michael Keaton and Robert Pattinson. The only reason Robert Pattinson is above is because of
And like I said,
is because of the movie.
and like I said, my list could change after I watch these Batman movies.
Right. Right.
So it's not set in stone right now.
I mean, obviously none of these are, because I could go back and rewatch, you know, some of these movies and be like, oh my god, I was wrong. George Clooney deserves to be up higher, and
He's too busy
you know,
with vampires right now.
true. You know, Ben Affleck could be lower, and Adam West could be lower, and Christian Bale could be higher. As of right now, this is my list, and Christian Bale is not at the top. I'm sorry. I cannot, in good conscience, put Christian Bale at the top.
Alright, moving on. Because you're getting a death stare right now.
I always get the death stare. All right. So now we move on to movies. Movies starring Batman, not that Batman has been in. Because you mentioned off air, Suicide Squad, the first one, with Batman in it. The reason why it's not on the list is because it's not focused on him. He has a cameo in that.
Right. He's like Titans.
Yeah, so Titans is not a movie. It's a TV show.
Adam West was in a TV show.
Adam West had a movie.
And he's also in a TV show.
Right, but he had a movie. Titans did not have a movie. And he didn't portray Batman. He was Bruce Wayne, not Batman. We did not see him as Batman.
Right.
Okay, bottom of the list. Who wants to go first?
I would think mine would be obvious.
I think all of ours are going to be obvious, except for maybe his, because he hasn't seen half of these movies.
Well, I did Batman 1966 because it's not my favorite
I will go
at all.
I will go movies I've seen. How about that? That'll make it easier.
Okay.
Because I mean, obviously I'd go from here and up, but I do have the worst one on my list would be Batman versus Superman.
Okay. I can see that considering you haven't seen some of the other movies.
Right. But the movies I have seen, I'm going judging on that. The movies I haven't seen, not going to judge because y'all are going to get mad at me.
I'm not gonna get mad.
And I'm sure the audience is going to get mad at me.
Maybe.
So-
Maybe.
I'm going to set this one back.
Okay. Bottom of my list.
Old timers, y'all can have y'all's.
Bottom of my list. Batman and Robin.
Okay.
It's the one with Val Kilmer.
Mhm.
Like that whole movie. I'm sorry, but no, Batman and Robin.
Nope. That was
That was Val Kilmer.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was with I can't remember his name right now, but yeah.
Shit.
I got it right here. Hold on.
That's the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, that's yes. Batman and Robin is Arnold Schwarzenegger because Batman Forever is with Tommy Lee Jones.
The only thing I remember, because I haven't seen the movie, but the only thing I remember
Chris O'Donnell.
was Arnold.
Yeah.
It was with Chris O'Donnell and Alicia Silverstone.
That's Batman Forever.
That's what you said.
No, I said Batman.
No, I said Batman and Robin.
No,
Yeah,
it
no,
is Batman
Alicia-
and Robin.
Yeah, Alicia Silverstone. I was
Yeah.
thinking somebody else. I'm sorry. Yeah, that movie was horrible. Absolutely horrible. It was. Yeah. Just total crap.
Also,
I agree.
that was George Clooney, not Val Kilmer.
Well, Batman and Robin?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, George Clooney. My fault. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the one with Arnold.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why it was bad because all the money went to Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze, and he stunk up the movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Uma Thurman as Poison Ivy was decent.
That's not who played Poison Ivy. Unless
Yes.
they wrote this article wrong. They did. Never mind. You're
Yeah. No, Uma Thurman played Poison Ivy.
Yeah, I don't know why they put that. They had Alicia Silverstone.
No, Lisa Silverstone.
I know she was
played-
that girl.
Yeah, Batgirl. But yeah, that. Anyway, moving on. What's your next one on the list?
Batman Forever. Because it's Val Kilmer, and I hated it.
Okay, I had Justice League, 2017.
Wow, really?
Well, wait. What? Hold on, because I can justify myself.
I guess.
I honestly want to break this down to two different movies because the Zack Snyder cut was
Not the Snyder Cut. We're not putting Snyder Cut in this.
Wait,
'cause
well,
the
we really
Snyder
can't
Cut-
because the Snyder Cut was so different. When I rewatched, when we watched the original movie, I would agree with you. I mean, you know how I felt about it.
Yeah.
When we watched the Snyder Cut, I had a whole different opinion of the movie.
Yeah, me too.
So
The
that
Snyder
was
Cut
really
would have been
weird.
way up higher on the list.
Snyder cut would
Snyder Cut would be one of my tops.
yeah,
Yes.
it would be
Yeah.
it would be at the top.
I mean,
Not at the top for me, but it'd be up
it would be up
near
there.
the top. But the Justice League, Joss Whedon.
Yes.
Yes, that is down at the bottom of the list just because of all the issues that it had with it.
They had a lot.
Yeah, there was writing issues, script issues. They went from Zack Snyder to Joss Whedon. Superman had a fucking mustache. It was just so much ew in one movie. Like it
was
almost
forced.
it was almost at the bottom of the list, but Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze
It's so bad.
puts Batman and Robin down at the
It was
bottom.
really bad.
Okay, what's your next one?
Batman and Robin.
Mine's Batman versus Superman.
Okay.
I will agree with you on that one. It was.
There's a camera.
Even though,
I have a super bad pet peeve with that movie.
okay,
Which movie?
Batman versus Superman.
go ahead.
There's two of them, and one correlates to the Justice League.
Okay.
Is whenever Superman died, and they put dirt on his grave, this
Yes.
little, like,
Yep.
I guess, memento, whatever you would call it.
Yeah.
At the end of it, it starts floating up. It kind of starts flying. Perfect. He's still alive. Did it. I mean, hand in hand with the animated movies.
Yes.
Perfect. He was supposed to come back on his own.
Yeah.
Justice League was like, no, he died. Like,
Yeah.
like it just completely just disintegrates that end scene.
Yeah. They retconned the entire end scene for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
and
that's my biggest problem with Justice League.
right. And then the other big pet peeve is they introduced one of my favorite villains in that movie, and then they threw him away.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Slade Wilson.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, he shows up on the end credit scene. What? I mean, it come out when? 2017.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Justice League or Batman versus Superman?
Batman vs Superman.
2016.
16. All right. Yeah. Well, we still ain't seen him. 7 years later.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, he just gone.
Deathstroke.
Okay.
One of my favorite DC villains.
Yes, and one of the best.
Yes.
One of the only ones that can go toe to toe
With Batman.
with Batman.
Yes.
The only other one is Ra's al Ghul.
Yeah.
Those two,
Well, because they were both trained in the League of Assassins.
yeah, those two can beat the crap out of Batman if Batman does not have his utility belt.
Correct. Just hand-to-hand combat, Deathstroke wins all day.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Deathstroke will beat the shit out of Batman. Although Nightwing has gone up against Deathstroke hand to hand
Yes.
and beat him.
Because Nightwing, it's going to piss a lot of people off. Nightwing he just kind of went against Batman and did his own little thing, which makes him stronger.
For me, Batman became too reliant on his gadgets.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Like, he went away from the whole gadgets and did more hand-in-hand combat.
Yeah, because when you look at Nightwing and his fighting style,
The only
he
gadgets
uses
he really has is smoke bombs and his stick.
yeah
Johnson.
his Eskrima sticks.
Yeah.
He's got the smoke bombs and he's got his own version of the batarang.
Right.
He's telling on somebody.
What's the matter?
The girl went outside and he did not like
But
that.
yeah, those are my two biggest pet peeves
Yes.
about that movie.
Yeah. For me, Batman versus Superman, and I've rewatched Batman versus Superman with the Snyder cut of Justice League,
Yes.
and it makes more sense
Right.
because of the scenes in Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
But it's
The Snyder
still
Cut's
just
not on this list, so I can't.
no, but it's still just it's this whole 2 hours of like
What's going on?
what's going on, and then you've got this fight scene at the end with Batman versus Superman,
Yep.
which it's like 10 minutes long, and then the
It
only
gets
reason they
interrupted.
stop
Yeah.
is because of Martha.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, here comes Wonder Woman right in
Yeah.
and saves the day. Like, this was supposed to be legitimately Batman versus Superman.
Yep.
Batman almost killing Superman, and then Batman realizing that Superman's not the bad guy.
Yep. That he was forced to fight him.
Yes.
They didn't want to fight him. They have no reason to fight.
No. He only fought him because of what he thought
Right.
Superman was. the whole movie was just one big mess.
The only thing I liked about that movie is how it tied in to another DC movie besides itself.
Yeah.
Because it starts up with the Metropolis fight scene.
Yes.
When Superman's fighting Zod.
Yeah.
That's how the movie starts. I'm like, oh, this is going to be a great movie.
It should have
'cause
been
it's connected.
It should have been Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
It should not have been called Batman vs Superman. It should have been Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
Co-starring Batman.
Man of Steel versus Batman.
It should have been Man of Steel 2.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Batman. That's what it should have been called. Alright. And when we start getting closer to the list of movies that you've seen, you can jump in at any time. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
The way he looks at you, though.
He does not like me being
He's
on
like-
my phone. He does not like me being on my phone.
It's
Okay.
baby.
Next one. Fourth
So,
from the bottom.
Fourth from the bottom.
Yeah.
Was Batman versus Superman. And, I mean, to be fair, you know how I felt about Superman.
Right.
Was really the main reason that I did not like that movie. Because it was the worst Superman ever.
Uno más, por favor.
You know?
Right.
I don't know. That was just a bad movie. The script was bad. Everything's bad. I hated it. I did not like that movie at all.
Okay. And I completely understand, completely 100% understand with you.
It was one of those moments
agree
where,
with you.
well, so it was one of those moments where I was like, this is why I don't like DC movies.
Yeah.
This right here, I hate this movie and I don't want to watch it now.
So, yours and mine are interchangeable. Yes, can you please grab me another one, sir? As I talk to the person off
No
camera.
habla español.
So yours and mine are kind of interchangeable.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Color doesn't matter. So my next one was Batman Forever.
Okay.
And the reason why Batman Forever is above Batman vs. Superman and Justice League and not lower on the list is simply because of Jim Carrey as the Riddler and Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
No, I don't like Jim Carrey much in movies anyway, so.
As
He's good in Sonic.
he is good fun. But when we look at the time period for Batman Forever, 95, Jim Carrey was basically at the top of his career. And the way that it was written and the way that he portrayed the Riddler, the same thing with Tommy Lee Jones, they took what they were given and did the best that they could. You know what I mean?
Right.
They literally took what they were given and knocked it out of the park. I mean, the Riddler blowing up the Batcave, figuring out who Batman is, and blowing up the Batcave that's the standout scene in that movie for me, and that's why it gets bumped up a little bit on the list. For me.
Okay.
Okay, next on the list.
Justice League.
I can see why you would put that a little higher.
A little bit, but the feelings were all like it was could have been toe to toe on where to place it.
Yeah.
I did not like Wonder Woman.
Nope.
Couldn't stand it. Same with Superman. Still was not enjoyable.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole movie was just to me. Again, it like fell right into that line of. This is why I don't like these movies.
Yeah.
We're on the fifth one, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, fifth one from the bottom.
It's the next one I'm trying to.
Okay. To me, all of these ones down here at the bottom are pretty much interchangeable.
Yeah,
There's
they're the-
literally one
Small details.
scene,
Yeah.
one detail, one line of dialogue or something that makes one stand above the rest. Kind of like what I was saying with Batman Forever. It's that one scene where the Riddler destroys the Batcave that makes it above the other movies.
Right.
So, my next one, and you're probably going to hate me for this, but I don't care. My next one was Dark Knight Rises. The issue that I had with Dark Knight Rises has nothing to do with Christian Bale, has nothing to do with Tom Hardy, has nothing to do with any of the actors in the movie. The issue that I have with the movie is that the pacing of the movie was way off. You know, you had Batman, who was a little bit older, and you had Bane that came in, took over the city, broke Batman's back, sent him to...
Pay homage to the
Yeah, yeah. But sent him to the prison where he grew up. But like there just wasn't enough time for Batman to heal and get back.
Right.
You know, like how long did Bane have the city? You know what I mean? Like, how long did he have it in the grips of terror?
Quite a long time.
Why did the U.S. not step in? Like, this is terrorism on U.S. soil. Where's the National Guard? Where's the Air Force? Where's the Army?
Yeah, but where were they in any of the superhero moments?
Well, technically, they're outside the city.
Yeah.
And
They couldn't cross because he blew up all the bridges. All the ways in and out.
right, but we didn't get to see any of that in the show Gotham. No, we didn't get to see the interaction with the U.S. military in Dark Knight Rises.
I'm pretty sure
No,
they did.
no, not really.
Um,
If it was very minute.
I mean, it was short, but I ain't seen it forever. I'm pretty sure it did though.
So when we look at
That's
the
why
same,
they didn't invade, because I think he said. I'm pretty sure because I could have sworn he said if y'all even think about stepping in, we're gonna blow it up. Because they did have the nuclear warhead
they did
in the middle of the city.
right. I don't know. It just
I have to rewatch it.
yeah, me too. But when we look at the same scenario in the show Gotham, and I know it's a TV show, but when we look at the same scenario in the show Gotham, like we see all of that interaction with the military. Like the military was like, "I'm sorry, you guys are on your own."
Right.
Like we can't afford to come in because of what's happening here. You guys are on your own, which is shitty, by the way, the U.S. government. But we've literally seen it happen.
Mm-hmm.
When what's it called? The people took over Seattle. Took over
Oh yeah,
that one
nobody
block of
stepped
Seattle.
in. Nobody.
Yeah. So it's not 100% surprising, but
Yeah.
the thing is this is not. I don't know. It was just really awkward. You know, really weird. You had all those police that were trapped underground.
Yeah.
Like, how did they survive? Did Bane give them food? I don't think that he would have. Bane wouldn't have cared. He doesn't care about the police. So how did they survive? And now all of a sudden Batman comes and rescues the cops. Looks like they've been down there for maybe a day or two. Like the whole timing of the movie was just really awkward. You know, because it takes at least 24 hours to get Bruce to the prison.
Right.
He had to have been there at least 6 months to a year to fully recover. I'm sorry, even with Batman being who he is, 6 months to a year recovery from a broken back. And then another 24 hours. So you're telling me that Gotham was under siege for 6 months to a year?
I mean, I guess it could have been.
And the cops were still alive? I don't
I'm
believe it.
pretty sure they're putting a supply line down with food though.
Yeah, but
I'm
look
pretty
at how many.
sure.
It's just for me. It was just way over the top. The timing of the movie and the pace of the movie was all wrong, and it was just kind of didn't work for me. That was my biggest thing.
Mine would be Batman vs Superman.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Like, again,
That's
right
the
in
bottom
there.
of my list. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all interchangeable.
Mine was Batman Returns.
That's your next one.
Yeah. Yeah. Just wasn't, the original was obviously awesome.
Mhm.
I just wasn't as good. So it's not, and when we look at as we progress through time, it's not necessarily the one I picked to watch.
It doesn't hold up.
Yeah.
Doesn't stand the test of time.
Yep.
And yours is Batman versus Superman.
Yeah.
Okay.
We already discussed how I feel about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we discussed it when we put ours out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my next one is Batman Returns. I love Tim Burton. We all know this. I'm a big Tim Burton fan. He's got something. We'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. We had to urinate.
Yeah, I did have to pee.
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
It happens.
Just
Y'all
putting that
done
out there.
broke- Y'all done broke the seal.
I broke the seal a long time
I
ago.
was gonna say I haven't
I'm 45
really
years old.
drank today, so there wasn't a seal to break.
All right. So we were talking about Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a big Tim Burton fan. Love Michael Keaton. Love Danny DeVito. Love Michelle Pfeiffer. The issue that I had was all of them together was just not cohesive. That's the main issue that I had with Batman Returns.
I was just not, as much as I like Michelle Pfeiffer, I don't know why, I just was not a huge fan.
I was not a fan of her as Catwoman,
And
to be honest.
what? Okay, yeah, nope. You're good. But no, I didn't. I don't know. She was a great crack whore. She wasn't a very good Catwoman.
The problem is Selena Kyle is not crazy. Like, so
They literally made her out like a meth head.
Yeah, in Batman Returns, she gets bit by a bunch of cats and becomes rabid. Or
Right,
whatever.
but she was cracked out most of the time. She
Right.
just looks like a drug addict.
The thing is Selena Kyle is very successful. You know, this kind of like, not prim and proper, but you know, she's a lady, she's a woman. But in Batman Returns, like you said, she looked like a cracked out whore.
Yeah, it was horrible. She
Yeah.
just looked like a drug addict.
Yeah. If you hear any whining, that's
That'll
That's
just be
our
me
mascot.
checking on the, baby.
you know, I mean, we can't go anywhere without the dog, you know, because he's a butt. Anyway, your next one.
Justice League.
Okay, that's at the bottom of your list.
Second one.
What was it?
Bottom was Batman vs Superman.
Right.
Yeah.
And then his is
Second.
so this is his list.
Yeah.
Second to the bottom would be Justice League.
I can completely understand about that. In my opinion, those two are interchangeable.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yep,
I mean,
same
to
here.
me, honestly, it's like the same movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because it's the
They were both
extenuation-
just as bad.
Yeah. Well, not even that, but like it's extenuation of the same movie.
I got a lot of alcohol here.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't like it.
It's like Halo 2 and Halo 3. It's like the exact.
Yeah.
It's like just extenuation.
Continuation. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Your next one.
It was Batman Begins. Not because I think it's a bad movie. I just like other ones, I guess, more.
Mine was Batman Begins.
We agreed on something. It's
We
not
agreed
that
on
it's
two
also,
things.
Thing is it's not because I don't like the movie. I just liked some other ones better.
I agree. Batman Begins.
Because I love Batman Begins, actually.
So, and I discussed this in our last little clip.
Yeah.
The issue that I had was that it went from Batman running away, training with the assassins, coming back, being the hero. That's what it was to me. And that's, to me, again, there's just too much of a time lapse. You know, it was just too. That's the biggest problem I have with Christopher Nolan's movies, is that there's the pacing is off.
I don't know. I didn't have any complaints about it. It just wasn't.
It's
There were
not
just
top
other
of the
movies.
list for me.
There were just other movies that needed to be ahead of it.
I agree. Okay. Next one. This is number 4.
The Dark Knight Rises.
You put The Dark Knight Rises over Batman Begins?
Sure did, because I liked that movie.
I almost said Dark Knight Rises on my list. The only reason I said that is because we had a little conversation beforehand
Yeah.
that it wasn't as good as The Dark Knight.
Definitely was not.
The movie would have been trash if Tom Hardy didn't save it.
100% agree.
Tom
Hardy saved that movie 100%.
Well, also he's a good actor too. Like he's a
great.
yeah, he was
Tom
just
Hardy?
something
Oh, yeah.
extra to the movie that
It was
none
good.
other have.
Yeah.
And like I told you, I see whenever I was a kid, like my dad told me that's Tom Hardy, and I look over at these other roles where he's just a skinny, lean little dude. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
what?
Yeah.
It's
We look at
mind-boggling.
we look at Tom Hardy as Bane and then Tom Hardy as Venom, and they're two totally different people.
They absolutely are, but I like him in both roles.
And that's
And-
one of the things that I love about. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I was agreeing, but like one of the things, it kind of makes sense if you think about it, because Bane has the I forgot what kind of serum it is.
Venom.
Venom.
Yeah.
That turns him into a big bulky creature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You look at Tom Hardy, small little dude. He trains and prepares for Bane, and now he's a big dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he did take Venom.
Yeah.
I mean, also when he played Venom, it was a knockout for DC
Yes.
because I don't like a lot of their movies. I have
Venom
waited.
Marvel.
Oh, was it
Yes.
Spider-Man? Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically,
Oh,
Sony.
winner. That's why he's so good. Okay.
Technically, Sony. You're right. Sonyverse.
But that's
it
why
is in the Marvel universe.
To be fair, though, that's why he does so good as Bane.
Yes.
You know, he brings something to DC from Marvel.
But
Yeah.
technically, this is before.
But he's still like
But-
that personality. He
He's a great
soars in Marvel.
He does.
So then
He
the
did-
fact that they used him in a DC movie was the only reason they win at that.
Right. Well, he was in DC before he was in Marvel.
Right. That's what
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, his line, I was born in the darkness, you merely adopted it. And the way that he delivered that.
And that fight scene, God.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
You fight like a
That's-
child. You go back, like,
That's
it was just,
why.
like, perfectly in tune.
That's why it's
All
in the middle
training.
of my list.
Yeah.
It's
Not at
towards
the
the
bottom.
top of mine. So
And I can see that because
Okay.
it is good enough to be put at the top of
and that is
some lists.
that's why it's above Batman Begins.
Right. But there's for me, there's some that are above that.
Yeah.
And the only reason I put the reason why I put Batman Begins above Dark Knight Rises is because the pacing of Dark Knight Rises is way off.
I like the movie itself better though. Then Batman Begins, yeah, I did.
For me, Batman Begins is above. Just like if you took Batman Returns out of my list, those two would be on the same level.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 4.
This is number 3.
Yeah. No, but it's number 3.
I only got 3 movies left to choose from over here.
That's
No.
all I got too.
We should have.
I did. Nope. I did Batman Begins and then Dark Knight Rises.
Because I still have.
Oh, okay. I haven't done my number 4.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
okay.
good.
Batman 1966.
God, that's really high up there. That was just not that good of a movie. I'm sorry.
For me, it was.
OG.
Yeah, but I loved it. So I grew up on like I said, I grew up on 1966 Batman.
Yeah.
Right. If you like that one, take it. And I'll finish this one. But for me, it was phenomenal because you had all of these, all the villains. You had the Riddler. You had Penguin. You had Joker. You had Catwoman. All working together to defeat Batman. And even though it was as campy as it was, like, so the reason why it is so high up on the list,
Stop it.
is the bat shark repellent. I'm sorry. That gets me every time. I love it because it's bat shark repellent.
I've seen something similar or something like that a long time ago, but I don't remember exactly what it is.
Hey,
So
stop.
it's the audacity of the writers to actually put that in there. You know, and we got to see the Batcopter, we got to see the Batboat, we got to see the Batmobile, we got to see the Batcycle.
I mean,
You know, we got
basically, we got to see all the toys you grew up with as a kid.
Yep.
Okay, I didn't have those, and I didn't enjoy that movie.
I
so.
understand. Okay.
Yeah, that's really what it is.
Are we on number 3 now?
Never seen it
Yes,
Okay. Number 3, Miss Angel.
the Batman,
Okay.
because
now.
Because I know which I can guess what your next 2 are.
Which Batman? There's 2.
The Batman,
Oh.
2022.
because it was so surprisingly good.
Okay, I can understand.
I
can
had
understand
to bump
that.
it up there because
Yes.
I wanted to hate it when all the hype was being built about it.
Uh-huh.
Man, I wanted to hate that movie so much because I am not a Robert Pattinson fan. Okay, I'm a Twilight person. That happened to me, and I felt victimized by his glowing radiance. So,
Oh, he was radiant in Batman. He's definitely radiant in Batman.
all I could think was...
Are you triggered by his diamond
Yeah,
skin?
I
By
am.
his sparkliness?
I
Sparkly
am,
vampire?
because I read the fucking books and they were great, and then they made the movies, and I was like,
That's what a
this
lot of
is
people
horrible.
Yeah.
So I was not like in that movie. No, I didn't enjoy that. I didn't enjoy him as an actor at all. So when it came out that he was going to be the new Batman, I was like, Jesus fucking Christ! Like I can't win. There's never going to be a Batman.
I will agree with that. Whenever I heard Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman, I was like, you've got to be effing kidding me.
I absolutely said that out loud to him.
Yeah,
Did
okay.
I not?
We
Okay.
both thought that.
Okay, so I want to give a little bit of backstory to this before you finish what you're saying, if you don't mind.
Have at it.
Okay, so when the Batman was advertised on TV and everything, all 3 of us, because you and I discussed it at work when we were working together, you and I discussed it at home, we were like, Robert Pattinson as Batman? This is going to be shit. because
Literally, I feel like
it's gonna
every
be
one of us looked at.
Edward as Batman.
Right, I feel like every one of us saw the first preview and the announcement of him as Batman and said, "What the fuck?"
Right. And then we started getting, like...
I didn't watch any more previews.
I didn't
so-
watch any trailers, but I kept reading about it. Like,
We
this
saw
is
pictures
not,
of
This
it.
is not going to be an ordinary Batman film. This is going to be an investigation. Batman.
I didn't.
Right. And then, Zach and I went to the theater to see it. The only reason we went to the theater to see it was because, so I have the Regal app, and I get movies for free,
Yep.
and I got him a free ticket by the points that I had. It's the only reason we went to see it.
It's a free movie.
It was a free movie, and we were like, fuck it, let's just go watch the Batman.
Ain't nothing else to do.
Right? We went and saw the Batman. 2.5 hours later, we come out, and we were fucking stunned.
I was blown away.
I remember
We
you
were-
saying, "I'm sorry, but you have to watch it."
Yes. Yeah.
And
The scene where they fire up the Batmobile.
that's what I was about to say. That scene, because in a theater, everything's a lot louder. It's, more in depth.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
And I'm like,
more
sitting there,
immersive.
Yes.
And I hear it start up. And then you see the wide body kit. And
Yes.
then it angles around where there's a fucking jet strapped to the back.
Yes. And
And it's
you
like, Jesus.
feel it in the theater. You felt
It's like,
every
it's
bit
like
of
the
it.
car is literally right next to you.
Yes. And the whole movie, Colin Farrell as the Penguin,
Great.
blew us away.
Yep.
The whole movie just absolutely blew us away. We walked out of the theater. I don't think we talked for 5 minutes.
You and I have had at least one movie reaction like that.
You and I have had a couple.
Yeah.
Venom was one of them.
Yeah, definitely.
Antlers was one of them.
Okay, that's only because it was fucking shocking.
Right?
It was just shocking.
But Venom was one of those where you and I walked out of the theater and were like, what the fuck was that movie?
Yeah.
Like, that was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that was the movie for us.
Yep.
Where we walked out of the theater and we're like we were walking out of the theater, we go to the restroom, we come out, we're walking out, we get to the car, I don't even start up the car. We get to the car, we look at each other, we're like,
What the fuck?
what the fuck did we just watch?
And
Yeah.
That's why number 3 on my list is going to shock you.
Okay, what's number 3 on your list?
The Dark Knight. Because I was blown away by the Batman.
Thank you, though.
Okay.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
the only reason.
Because just like him, Christian Bale is my man. Like, that is my Batman.
Yeah.
That's besides Michael Keaton.
Right.
I love the Christian Bale movies, but man, I was put in my place.
That's what I'm saying. That movie right there was like, oh my fucking god.
It wins over that.
I was sitting there. All I ever seen was fucking memes on Facebook. It was like, well, the girls have Robert Pattinson for all this. It's the boys' turn. And by God, it was the fucking boys' turn.
Yeah.
Like, and it literally put me in my place. Like, because I wanted to hate it so badly, and then I was like, Jesus fuck. Like,
The Dark Knight?
Well, I'm an asshole.
No, the Batman.
Oh, you put
Batman.
the Batman as number 3.
Yeah.
I thought you said
No,
the Dark
no.
Knight.
No,
I was
she's
saying-
talking about the Batman.
Oh, the
I
Batman.
put the Dark
Okay.
Knight as number 3.
Okay.
Right. I'm saying
yeah.
it went above it because, at least
Ugh.
Yeah.
that one, because it was. I felt like an ass afterwards because I spent so much time
So did
bitching
I.
about it.
See, I loved Heath Ledger's performance as Joker.
Yes.
Fucking amazing.
Yes.
I love so many parts about the Dark Knight.
Yes.
But then you look at, like you said, Colin Farrell as the Penguin. You have all these subtle little details.
Oh yeah.
Like, I mean, it's a close race from the Dark Knight and the Batman.
So my next 3.
What's your number 3?
Hold on. I'm just gonna put this out there. My next 3 are just. They are all on the same level. It's
Small details.
small details.
Okay, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is the Dark Knight.
So you agree?
I
so,
mean, I got
hang
you.
on.
I get it.
What was that face for you made if you agree with me?
That was my shock face.
Alright.
That was my shock face.
Yeah,
That was
my-
not the what the fuck are you talking about face.
I
That was
can-
my holy shit. We agree on something
Yeah,
face.
my God.
I can.
Why?
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
And that's his. I want to cheat
Attention
your.
whore.
I want to cheat your hand face.
I mean, I can see where you guys are coming from. I know where I'm at. So, I mean,
Right.
again, it's kind of the same.
So
Almost. For different reasons.
I loved Heath Ledger as the Joker. Absolutely loved him as the Joker. Christian Bale. We talked about Christian Bale as Batman for me. I'm not saying he's bad. I'm saying there are people better than him, in my opinion.
So what
He
you
said
think
he's
about
not your
Two-Face?
Batman.
He's not my Batman.
Right.
No.
What's your take on Two-Face then? I don't remember his name.
Fuck me.
God.
You're a jerk because he's already said it. Tommy.
No.
No, Two-Face
We're
was,
talking about-
blonde guy.
Yeah.
He starred in I, Frankenstein.
Hold on. What movie is it?
The
Dark Knight?
Dark Knight. Oh, wait, would
See
you
if I
stop
can-
trying to chew
I
on
don't
me?
remember his name. I just want to know what you thought about his performance.
Oh, well, this article only talks about Heath Ledger, so.
Oh God.
Yeah.
What is his name? I just had.
I don't remember.
I just had it. Stop.
You literally
stop.
have a computer in front of you, though.
I understand, but I can't.
You have a phone.
I can't-
I'll just look it up real quick.
Thank you.
Okay.
You mean you put your phone down first, but you know.
I have an article that got.
Okay. So I loved him as Harvey Dent.
Aaron Eckhart.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Aaron Eckhart.
Yeah. Would you stop it?
He just wants love. He wants love.
I'm being attacked by a dog here. I know
listen.
you can't see it because the computer's in the
He's
way.
trying to tell you that this
Look,
one over here
look,
won't be his best
look,
friend.
Look. That's the doggy. Okay. This is the little shit.
Dan.
That is our.
He's trying to tell you
I
that he
know.
won't be his best friend.
I know.
And
This
he
is
just
the
wants to
little
be
shit
his
that
friend.
keeps attacking us. That's our mascot.
He's tattling.
I know he is. Anyway,
He's like, Zach's just not being nice to me and won't play with me.
I wish they would have done more with Two-Face because Two-Face has so much depth of character.
Yeah.
That's why Dark Knight is
Two-Face
number
was
3.
pretty. It was a
He was-
pretty intense character.
It was, but they
I
should
feel
have.
like they skipped over one with Heath Ledger's performance.
They focused on Heath Ledger's performance. I'm not taking anything away from
And
Heath
that, I
Ledger.
mean, that's fair because
But-
it was not like they focused on him because of things that happened later. Like
Right.
that focus was already there, and there was so
Yeah.
much thought put into it that, like, damn.
Well, it's like
I'm gonna hold my opinion, though, till I
you
say
got the
my-
Joker here, which is a great villain. You also have Two-Face, a great villain, but it's like, nah, we're more focused on the
Right.
But Joker was definitely a more prominent villain in Batman, though.
Joker is Batman's nemesis.
Yeah, like
What
I get why they
should have
focused.
done. What they should have done. They should have had the Joker be the prominent villain, which he was.
He was, yeah.
But what they should have done is they should have waited for Two-Face until the next movie.
Because they
should
could have
just-
given each of them
Yes.
equal face time.
They could have left Harvey Dent. FaceTime. I see what you did there. That was good. That was good.
Oops.
They could have left Harvey Dent in the hospital bed, recovering,
Yeah, he could
and then
have finished
come
out the
back
movie like that.
for
The third one.
the third
He
one,
could have, but I think they rushed it. They were trying to get to that story part,
Yes.
that arc, and they needed
and then
that.
they just killed him off.
Yeah.
Which is
But to be
it
fair,
doesn't
they
do
did.
justice.
But they did give him a decent ending.
They gave. They didn't
They
give him. No, they didn't. They didn't. And I'll tell you why.
They did. Only.
Hold on.
No, ma'am.
Uh,
Your phone's a female.
okay.
Okay.
I'll tell you why they didn't give him justice.
Okay.
So you've got Harvey Dent throughout the entire movie
Right.
that is trying to take down the mob,
Right.
right?
Right.
And he does a fantastic job.
He does. He did his job.
He did his job. And then he gets blown up by the Joker,
Yes.
essentially.
Yes.
And
That
then
scene shocked me.
It was.
That's
Yeah, it was a lot.
That was
very.
a heavy, heavy
That
scene.
was like in your face.
It was a
Yeah.
lot.
And
Plot twist, literally.
yeah, and the Joker was in your face. Like this whole movie was in your face.
You're taking away, like, I'm not trying to say all my opinions right now.
But I'm
Is
hold
The
on.
Dark Knight #1 for you?
No.
No. So the biggest issue that I have with Two-Face is that you've got Harvey Dent being the good guy, and then you've got him as Two-Face. He becomes this bad guy, like instantly. And then all of a sudden at the end he's redeemed instantly.
Was all
Like in
based
the
on a
span-
lie, though.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When they portrayed Two-Face, he was angry. He was angry,
Right.
but he still had some of Harvey in him. His
Well,
love
he-
for
he-
her
well,
was
he had-
still there.
He had all of Harvey in him until the Joker lied about what really happened.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it was basically just like Harvey's dead.
Yeah.
Right. But they didn't do enough justice to
I just don't think they gave him the screen time he
Two-Face.
deserved.
I agree.
That's it.
That's the problem that I have.
Yeah.
They didn't give him the
Like
screen
maybe
time
add
that he
another
deserved.
30 minutes to that long ass movie anyway, because
Right?
you could,
They
and we
should-
would have still sat through it.
I think Aaron Eckhart as Harvey and Two-Face should have had his own movie.
No, I agree. Sorry.
Dog's chasing his tail here. That's why
He's
we're
not.
laughing.
He's chasing his ass, but it's fine.
Same thing.
Tell us that.
All right. Are we on to number 2?
Yes.
Did you say you're number 3?
I did Dark Knight. We agree.
Yeah. No,
Okay.
yeah, it was
That's
you
right.
two.
That's right. All right. Number 2.
By all means, go first.
You want me to? Okay.
Yeah.
So now remember, these are only just a few little steps away. Number 2 for me was Batman '89
Fair enough.
with Michael Keaton.
Still up there, so.
I
fair
love Michael Keaton. I do. But there's one movie, and y'all can figure it out.
enough. I really don't have time to
I'm,
figure it out. in
I'm
my brain.
lost to process.
Yeah, no. We're
Okay.
good.
There's one movie for me that's a step above. It's like my actors. Batman and Robert Pattinson, they're just, I mean, like,
So you
right
okay?
there.
You just gave it away, but whatever.
It's okay. My number 2 is the Batman. I
Okay.
love Tim Burton. I
No.
love...
It wasn't the Batman.
No, Batman.
Thank you.
Sorry. I love Tim Burton. I love Michael Keaton. And I
Well, and Tim
love
Burton-
Jack Nicholson as
Yes.
Joker.
Yeah,
That's
you know,
one
he
thing
was
we
great.
haven't mentioned yet.
He was amazing as the Joker because he's fucking Jack Nicholson.
Right?
It hurts my heart to see our actors that we grew up with where
Yes.
they're at right now. Because
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson is suffering from a form of dementia, and we see him declining.
Yes.
And he is such an amazing actor. Like, literally one of the most amazing actors I've ever encountered because of the roles that he's played.
Yes.
He's so widespread.
I mean, you go from The Shining
Yeah.
to Anger Management.
Yeah, it was great. He's such a
To-
great actor.
Yeah, I mean, Shining, Joker, Anger Management, but his
But then he
depth
also
of
has like dramas too. Like he has
Yes.
movies where he's just playing like
as good as it gets.
yes.
I mean, there's
We
nothing
don't do enough of Jack Nicholson. We don't watch enough of him.
we need to do. We need to do more of Jack Nicholson.
Was he not also in the Witches of Eastwick?
I believe he was. Yes.
And I loved that movie. I literally saw that in theater.
Jack Nicholson, it's like Bruce Willis.
Yes, and then
You know?
we see him too also declining.
Yes.
So
Trying to cheat.
I do think though that him as the Joker really made a huge impact in that movie.
Right. And one thing that I missed that I loved about Batman and Batman Returns, I miss movie soundtracks.
Oh man, you're telling me.
When we look at Batman and we look at the soundtrack, it's all Prince.
I mean, it's a lot of those. I have CDs somewhere stored somewhere, but like I have the soundtrack to The Bodyguard.
Yes.
Because it was really good music.
Yes.
Like, what?
We don't get soundtracks anymore.
No, we don't.
I mean, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy,
I should probably buy that.
but I mean, what other movie can
Only
you
Disney
think of?
now. Only Disney now can you get a soundtrack.
Right.
They,
Is what it
they
feels
really
like.
put away with that.
Yeah.
But like the 80s and the 90s, that
Oh
was
my god,
big.
so great. It was so great. And that's
Movie
how a lot of
soundtracks.
that's how a lot of
To me, growing
artists
up in the 2000s, like 2000
Yes.
to 2010,
Yes.
they still did that.
Yes.
And that's how artists really got ahead in the game.
Yeah.
Because if your song was in a hit movie, like damn, you're out there.
Which
The
is
thing
like
is-
Eminem and Venom.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing
well,
is,
he
when
went
you
to-
look at
He was already big.
Yeah, he's
That's
already
like,
winning.
Hey,
Right.
hey, little kids that's never heard of Eminem.
it's the same thing with Prince.
Yeah.
Like I really didn't listen to a lot of Prince as a kid because my kids didn't like his music. And then Batman came out with the soundtrack and it was nothing but Prince.
Right, but I do want to point out, if your little kids have never heard of Eminem, you should be ashamed of yourself and shoot yourself in the foot.
I agree. But and then Prince, came out and did the soundtrack to
Gross.
Batman, and I heard his songs and I'm like, holy crap, who's this?
Yeah, I mean,
And then I started listening to him and I'm like, where has this guy been?
there are definitely times when we watch movies, like older now movies, where a song will play and I'm like, I have to look that up. What song is that? What song played in this movie? Because that's a really good song.
Yeah. What's your number 2?
The Batman.
I can see that. 100%. I got you.
Yeah. It was, like you said, the top 3 right now.
It's
Yeah.
really
One,
hard,
two,
right?
It is.
This detail, this detail, this
I mean-
detail. It's just like, if you want to get technical and start nitpicking every
Yeah,
fucking
like,
Yeah.
it was
it's super hard.
And that
It
was the
wasn't
only
hard.
way that I picked my top 3.
it was not hard for me to pick my top 1. It was the 2 after.
Right.
Because they were
Number 2,
right
number
there.
3, number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I already
one
knew
that-
what my favorite was.
Number 2, number 3 is like, oh my, these little ass
Yeah.
details.
For me, my top 3 could all be on the same level. I
Yeah.
had to go down to one little minute detail in the movie to
But see-
try and pick.
And one thing I really love about the Batman, and I think we've already had a little show about it, was like, it made DC, it confirmed the DC stereotype. Dark,
Yes.
brutal.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But it also was-
you hardly ever saw the sunshine in that movie.
Yes.
It was
It was
also,
like one little scene, son, oh guess what? We're back to rainy ass, dark ass Gotham.
but
The
it was
thing
also
is-
redemption for DC
Yes.
because they needed a Batman that did not, after some of these,
Yeah.
something that did not suck.
Yeah.
And he
They
was
needed a
brutal
good
as
Batman.
hell in that movie. That opening scene
Yes.
where the light shows up and everybody's just so goddamn terrified, and then he just starts beating the fuck out of people.
Yeah. All right. Your number 2.
The Dark Knight.
I can 100% agree with that.
Because as much as I love Christian Bale, and he is a huge reason why those movies are my favorites.
Big thing for this number 1. It's gonna be a 5.
So a huge part of the love that I have for that movie is obviously Christian Bale.
Yes.
But I have a very so the psychology major in me loved that movie. That's a huge favorite for me in movies,
Yes.
is being able to see a psychological view in something. And I already had an emotional attachment to Heath Ledger and watched, that was back in a time where we had more magazines and stuff. I watched his decline while making the character. And he was such a heavy character.
Yes.
There was so much to it. It was such a shock. It was really a shocking movie to me. Seeing him in that way was a shock.
We go from
Jack, if we look at the
Knight's Tale.
contrast, if we look at the contrast between Jack Nicholson, the Joker, and Heath Ledger, the Joker, like it was so big.
yeah.
And
Hush.
He just wants to stay high.
there was just so much to that movie. I love Katie Holmes, and she didn't even have a big role, but I do love seeing her.
Yeah.
She was perfect in the character she had.
Absolutely.
I don't know. That movie just it hit different.
I agree. All right. We are now up to number 1.
Well, I don't know how much love you want.
He wants all the love.
Our top Batman movie.
Come here, stop it.
Who wants to go first? Go ahead.
Obviously, my top Batman movie is Batman.
I can
Because-
100% see that.
Yeah, because Michael Keaton was the only reason I ever watched a Batman movie.
You missed the bedroom studio yet?
Oh, he would still be an issue.
Yeah, he'd be
You'd still
crying
fucking hear
downstairs.
him.
Yeah.
I would probably have never watched. When you and I first started dating,
Right.
I did not watch superhero movies.
No.
I didn't watch them. I didn't want anything to do with them, specifically because of DC movies. I didn't watch them. I didn't want to have anything to do with it. Nobody's talking to you, literally. Tantrum. But Michael Keaton was the only reason I ever watched Batman.
Yeah.
And he was funny, and the movies were good, and it was not, this isn't just nostalgia, like, he was, to me, he was Batman.
Yes.
If I think of Batman, I think of Michael Keaton.
I can see that.
So, that's why he's my top. That's why that's my top.
I have no qualms about that.
What he does have qualms with is my
Probably.
Yeah. What's your top?
Can you guess it? Process elimination?
Batman Begins.
Batman Begins.
You're an idiot.
I'm actually a little
You're
shocked.
not. You're not.
A little
Really?
bit. I am,
Yeah.
because I would have swapped Batman Begins with The Dark Knight. Because I think The Dark Knight is a better movie.
Like I said, it's all little details.
Well, I know, but I think Dark Knight is a better movie all the way around.
Yeah.
One of the details being Liam Neeson as a Ra's al Ghul.
No, he was great. I love Liam Neeson.
I did not like him as Ra's al Ghul.
It was a little weird. I
Ra's
felt.
al Ghul's not white.
Listen,
Wow.
also,
Way to be
he
racist.
is in the show though.
You're
No,
canceled.
he's not.
Is he not?
No.
He's beige.
No,
Sorry.
Who
he
plays Ra's al
is
Ghul?
he is actually of Asian descent.
In Gotham, who plays him? Was it an Asian?
Nobody plays him.
Yes.
In Gotham?
Yes.
No, it was not.
Was it not a white person?
No, I do not
Are
think.
you sure?
No, it was no, it wasn't. It was somebody of Middle Eastern descent because it
See,
was
Here's the thing.
it was Alexander Siddig, who also played Dr. Bashir on Deep Space Nine.
That was what?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
No, it
Absolutely.
was
The show
not.
Gotham?
No,
Yes,
it was
absolutely.
not.
Look it up.
But he's white.
He's not. He's actually of, because his original name before he changed it was Siddig El Fadal,
There's a lot of
which is actually a.
But he is lighter skinned.
It doesn't matter.
Am I right?
Yes, he is lighter
So
skinned,
it was okay.
but he's of Middle Eastern descent,
don't do
which
that.
is
What?
which is
Is he
around.
not?
He is lighter
I'm
skinned.
just saying no because y'all are. When's the last time y'all seen Batman Begins? I'm 100% because y'all are missing the biggest detail that there was your argument in the trash.
No, I'm just gonna tell you this. I didn't enjoy Liam Neeson as him because I felt like he was
I
cringy.
agree.
Yeah.
He was cringy.
I
It wasn't
agree.
even skin color.
But he was Ra's al Ghul and Batman Begins was Asian. He was 100% Asian. Because if you remember, Christian Bale blows it up and burns it to the ground
No, Liam Neeson is credited as Ra's al Ghul.
because he took Ra's al Ghul's place.
No.
He
No,
was-
that
he
was a
shining.
stand-in.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it
he
was.
took his place.
No, he did not.
We're gonna have to watch the movie and actually settle the argument.
Okay.
Because he killed Ra's al Ghul, thinking he killed him, and then Liam Neeson, second in command, took control
so-
of the league.
Let's make an agreement that sometime in the next week we watch the movie and we settle the argument.
Deal.
Okay.
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 But I will say I did not actually enjoy Liam Neeson in that movie only because I love him. He's a great actor, but he felt really cringy in that role.
I agree.
It was just weird looking, like his hair. I don't know, the whole persona.
And I'm not
was
trying to
weird.
bring race
That's
into
what-
it, but
Also, though, I mean, I guess if you're gonna stick with the story and keep it canon, you should have gone with
Yes. Yes.
the same type.
Now, what
Right.
I will, the other reasons why I love the movie, because it was the first one I seen in theaters.
That would be kind of cool, though. I mean,
can
I could
see
see
that.
how that would hold something.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was a little kid at the time. You know, I go see this is my first Batman.
That would be,
Like,
yeah.
It's all nostalgia. That's why it's number one for me.
And I went and saw Batman in
Yeah.
theaters.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I went and saw it with a group of friends at somebody's birthday.
Oh, I did
Yeah.
not. I went with my parents, but it was a super cool movie, and I obviously I was like, damn, that's Batman. He's really cool.
Yeah.
And that's also why Christian Bale is my favorite Batman.
And
It's
I can
all
see that.
nostalgia. And it's like the whole startup. Because if you think about it, like we said earlier,
Stop.
how many movies are there, Batman movies, that they show Ra's al Ghul?
Right.
They really don't.
They show.
They don't.
They
You're
show
right.
the hand-to-hand combat training of what makes Batman
Well,
Batman.
because
Right.
a lot of movies we see Batman where he has already become Batman. Batman
Right.
is already
It
Batman.
just starts out Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see the flashbacks of like his parents dying and bats and whatever. There's a lot
Right,
of flashbacks.
but the biggest issue with the biggest reason for that and biggest issue is every Batman movie has had that origin story of Batman.
Yes.
We all know the origin story of Batman.
Didn't it end
Every
when Batman Begins though?
iteration.
Didn't it end? Because I don't think any of the other movies after Batman Begins shows that scene.
And that's good. That's
Right.
why. Because everybody is so sick and tired of the origin
We already
story
know.
of Batman. We
Yeah.
already know.
We know where
And-
he came from.
And that's why my number one is where it is. The Batman.
I mean that, and I get it. I get it because it's a great movie.
The reason why I put the Batman at the top is number one, doesn't have an origin story. Number two, it's not Batman as the greatest superhero of all time. It's literally Batman in his beginning stages. He's only a year or two into being the Batman, and nobody really knows who he is. Nobody really trusts him or anything like that. It's him being who he is, it's him being a detective. It's him earning the trust of the people. And so you said that throughout the movie, it's really dark.
Right.
Until the end, where Batman saves the people and saves the city, that's where we see the sun. That's where we see the light.
Right.
And that's where we see Batman being accepted. And for me, the Batman encompasses what it means to be the superhero Batman. For me, that's why it's on top.
Yeah, all the investigation.
Yes, him being a detective, him earning the trust of the people, him earning the trust of the National Guard that came to save, him being what Batman is supposed to be. Batman is supposed to be a beacon of light in the darkness that is Gotham.
Right.
He is supposed to be Gotham's savior. And in the movie The Batman, that's what we see.
And it was brutal.
It was
as hell.
it was brutal. It was gutsy.
Very
It was dark. It was what
The DC is.
DC is supposed to be.
Right.
And that's what I want from DC. I want more of that type of movie. And I understand that, they kind of have to gear it towards kids, and they were trying to bounce off of what Marvel was doing, and that's what made it so bad. That's why all the rest of their movies are at the bottom of the list. Whereas this one has nothing to do with the DC universe. It's just a
Standalone. Yeah, it's
Batman movie.
Yeah.
And to me, that's why it's on the top.
I think for me, the reason that it would be on the top, or at least it makes that top, is because whoever wrote the story got the formula finally.
Yes, 100%.
And we talk about that a lot, you and I. The DC formula doesn't work. They want it to.
The Marvel formula in the DC universe doesn't work.
Well, trying to copy the Marvel formula
Yes.
doesn't work. It
Yes.
doesn't work. It's never worked. And we see it we've come to a point with DC where we are bouncing.
Yes.
We have a great movie and we're like, redeemed. Okay, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly we're like, Wonder Woman.
We have Shazam and then Wonder Woman 84.
Well, here's the thing. What pissed me off about that, though, is it was so bad.
Yeah.
It was so bad that not just my own kid, but other little kids, other little girls who saw we had a Wonder Woman fanatic. That was her shit.
Mm-hmm.
That was her jam. Everything that we had in the house was Wonder Woman. That was her hero. Then the movie came. We were all excited to go see it.
She
That
watched
little
it.
girl did not touch everything. Wonder Woman went in a box. She wanted nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
Like, we went from here with Shazam to what the fuck?
Yeah.
But
They have to stop.
But also, you then have Black Adam, which is another dark DC movie.
I liked Black Adam.
I liked it too.
Because
I actually liked it.
That's the biggest difference. Marvel is known to have rainbow of sunshine.
Yeah.
There's some death in there. It's sad, but
they're bright
it's sunny,
movies.
Bright movies.
Yeah.
You go over here to DC. It's supposed to be dark as hell.
The
Yeah.
problem,
Brutal, mean. Like Marvel is PG. DC is R.
Yes.
Like, it's supposed to be nasty, mean, nothing good happens.
They are opposite sides of
Yeah.
the spectrum, and
Yeah.
they cannot cross. You cannot have a dark Marvel movie.
No, but I will
And
tell
you
you
can't
right now.
have a light DC movie.
The problem is this: everybody else knows that, and we are almost guaranteed not to see another Black Adam movie
Right.
because The Rock took advantage of the fact that he rocked it out
Yeah.
and did so good, but his ego got ahead of him, and I can almost guarantee there will not be another Black Adam movie
Which is sad because it was a
because
good...
he fucking fixed it.
Yeah.
The only reason I'm going to say is the reason there's not going to be another Black Adam movie is because they fired Henry Cavill.
True.
Henry Cavill.
They did, but the reality also is nobody wants to work with The Rock right now.
Yeah.
His ego has grown to a point in the movie side. He's a great person.
He's a great
He's
person.
a great dad.
Yes.
But
yeah.
over here, he wants to be above a couple certain people,
Yeah.
and he has fucked it up. Also, he's getting a lot of bad press right now because of Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
Because Brendan Fraser is the reason he started in the movies.
Right.
He's the only reason. And what did he do? He shit on him.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll get to see that formula play out now.
I don't know. I'm interested to
the
see
reason-
what James Gunn is going to do with the DC live action universe because James Gunn is really good. I'm
He's
interested.
a perv, but yeah.
Yeah, but I'm interested to see what he's going to do with the universe. It's
It'll be different. Like
it'll be different.
Well, see, I don't
just
ever, you know
want
me.
it to work.
I'm never gonna be like, oh, this movie's coming out. I was not excited for Black Adam, and I love The Rock.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, well, let's see. I'm always apprehensive.
Yeah.
That is my thing. I'm not with Marvel. When a new Marvel movie comes out, I'm like, do we get to go see it? Do we get to go watch it?
Yeah.
When they come out, I'm like, can we wait till it comes to the TV?
Now, my special number one for special case of Batman movies. Snyder Cut.
I will say absolutely.
I wouldn't put it number one, but I
I'm not
definitely
gonna
put it
say
in my top.
yeah. I'm not gonna say number
I
one.
would put-
But if
I would put it in my top 5.
if I put Justice League and Snyder Cut against each other,
Snyder Cut wins
obviously
100%.
the Snyder Cut, because
always.
when I watched the Justice League, I was on my phone the whole time because I fucking hated it. I hated it. It was a horrible movie. When we watched the Snyder Cut, which is super long,
It's 4 hours long.
I watched.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Right, but I watched
Because it
the
actually
whole
shows
movie.
backstory.
Yeah.
Some backstory. It's not just like, boom. here you
Right,
go.
but my ADHD did not kick in with that. That was 4 hours that I sat and stared at the TV.
Yeah.
And
I don't think they
all
turned
of
it
our
off.
kids
Yeah.
sat and stared at the all of the kids.
Yeah.
We have kids that don't even like movies. They sat down there for 4 hours
Yeah.
and watched this movie.
And
Everybody was impressed.
and
It
it's
was
like-
so different.
it's the details that made that movie.
It made
Yeah.
Superman not
Good.
shitty.
All right. So we're down to the last couple minutes of the show. Great first show of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry it took so long. We were having technical difficulties. We had
A lot of.
No, it
A
wasn't
lot
just technical. It was like we
we
got a
had
lot of shit going on.
stuff going on. I had a lot of issues with our technical stuff. I mean, hell, we didn't even start till a half hour late today because
Yeah.
I had to completely redo the whole system.
Yeah.
But now we're up and running.
Yep.
Yeah.
So we have a formula that works, and we're good to go. So you can definitely, I mean, I don't know if you can see me, but you can definitely expect more content from us. As soon as this gets posted to YouTube, I will put it up on Facebook. I'll be working over the next couple days to get this posted back up on YouTube, get it posted on Facebook, so you know. they
Yeah,
can
I mean,
be-
unfortunately, Wicked Curiosity Media in a whole is down to us.
Yeah.
For the foreseeable future, this will be the show.
Yeah.
So,
But we will strive to bring you great content, and we'll go from there.
damn it, shut the fuck up.
Our dog is whining.
Hey.
We're,
Yeah.
at our point. So,
We're sleepy.
stay tuned next week for the answer to the Batman Begins question.
Yes.
And also, haven't decided yet. We'll figure it out. But we will post it. I definitely want to thank Miss Angel and Zach for being here with me tonight.
Back in rhythm.
Back in rhythm, yes.
Hopefully.
This is where we need to stay.
Yes, we will get back on it. All right. Sports Veterans, Fire, Police, and EMS. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, be safe, be smart. We want you back here every time that we broadcast. We want you commenting, liking, sharing, all that good stuff. We will see you next week. Love you guys. Take it easy.
See you.
Good night.
If you like this video and you want to see more content like this, head on over to our page at Wiki Curiosity Media. Hit that subscribe button and make sure to ring that bell to be notified of any new videos that we post.